Attorneys, I want to walk you through a real firm with real public numbers because the lessons are sitting right there if you know where to look. How did Tork Law go from a 2012 startup to recovering over $800 million for clients? It wasn't luck and it wasn't one big case. It was a handful of decisions that any firm can copy. So let's break it down. My name is Hugo E. Gomez. I'm the founder of Abogados now. We've driven over $250 million in settlement fees for more than 500 firms nationwide. So when I study a growth story like this, I'm looking at the machine underneath it and the moves that actually move the needle. Tork Law's moves are very clear.
Before we continue, a quick note and the only break you'll hear in today's episode. Most attorneys know they should be reaching Hispanic clients, but very few do it well. That's where we come in. At Abogados Now, we build authentic Spanish language campaigns that actually get you more cases and grow your practice. So, if you're looking for a new way to get more clients, book a call with our team today at abogadosnow.com. Now, let's get back to the episode.
Let's start at the beginning. Tork Law started in 2012. One founder, Reza Torkzadeh, a first-generation immigrant whose family came to this country with almost nothing. One office in LA, plaintiffs only, no empire, no national footprint, the same starting line most firms watching this are standing on right now. What happened next is the part worth studying. I can also vouch for this story because Reza is not just a friend of the company, but he's also a former client of ours. His first shift is the most important, and he literally wrote a book on it called The Lawyer as CEO. Reza stopped thinking like a lawyer who owns a practice and started thinking like a CEO who runs a business. That mental switch is what lets a founder build systems, hire leaders, and stop being the bottleneck. Most attorneys never make it. The ones who scale always do. The second move sounds soft, but it's pure growth strategy. Tork Law built the firm around client experience, being there for people at the worst moment of their lives and making them feel it the whole way through. That's not charity. Happy clients refer, they review, and they come back. An experience-led firm turns every case into the source of the next one. Here's the move most firms are scared of. Reza said it plainly. Capital is the fuel for any business, and without enough of it, you can't scale at the pace you want. Instead of self-financing every dollar like most contingency firms, he partnered with a lender that understood the model and gave him real capital to grow. He stopped letting cash flow set his speed limit. And watch what he did with that fuel, because this is the number that should stop you. He increased marketing spend by 71%, and revenue grew 74% right alongside it, nearly 1-to-1. That only happens when the machine underneath is dialed in. The intake converts, the cases get worked, and the experience holds. Spend only scales revenue like that when the systems are ready for it. Once the engine worked, he poured fuel on it, and it compounded. Tork Law expanded to 12 physical offices across 9 different states, plus dozens of virtual ones, going nationwide without needing a brick-and-mortar empire in every city. They doubled the value of their case inventory. The growth fed more growth, the way it does once the fundamentals are sound. Along the way, they won the largest verdict in California history at the time, $26 million. And here's a lesson most people get backwards. That verdict didn't build the firm. The systems, the marketing, the team, the capital. The firm is what made wins like that possible, and also, more importantly, I would say, repeatable. Don't wait for one big case to save you. Build the machine that produces them. So here's why I'm showing you this. None of these moves require a billion-dollar budget. You have to think like a CEO. Winning on client experience, treating capital as fuel, spending into systems that are ready. You have to let those things compound. Those are decisions, not lottery tickets, and they're available to a firm your size as early as today. So here's a takeaway from the whole story. Tork Law didn't grow because of one lawyer working harder. It grew because a lawyer built a machine and then fueled it. So build a machine, not just a practice. And that's the difference between a firm that plateaus and a firm that goes from one office to 800 million. So if you want help building that machine for your firm, the marketing, the intake, the systems that let spend turn into revenue, that's exactly what we do at Abogados now. So book a call. Our link is in the call notes, and we'll map your version of this. So let's talk.